Hola. Oh, damn it. It's telling me my connection is weak. I don't like it when it says that. Hola, ladies and gentlemen. Señoras y señores. I did a video earlier today, but then I didn't record it. So, I wanted to give you guys a message about Friday night. It is day 3 after the supermoon that just happened. Hola Jay, hola Don, hola D. And so tomorrow night we're going to be talking about some of those things that we have been feeling after the supermoon. Supermoon is a ginormous amount of energy. And so after it happens, you're going to feel the after effects of it. You are going to feel the that stretch. You're going to feel it. Buenas tardes. My daughter made this hat. It's my favorite hat. I'm rocking my crown. I wear it all the time. And I got my little afro. But it's cold out here, so this makes it feel nice and comfy. Hola, Daryl. Hola, Mubina. It kind of reminds me of the y'all ever watch the Flintstones? And he was on the whatever club that was. Yeah. Anyway, so the full moon, it's been affecting people in a lot of different ways, and a lot of people are feeling very emotional in one way, shape, or form. They're feeling like they don't really know where to put their feelings, and it's like, it's just a lot of energy, and some of us are not ready to deal with that energy. It's like, because it comes at you so fast and it takes some of us by surprise. And women are feeling this tremendously. Women are feeling it whether you don't have your womb physically anymore. It's like the makeup of a woman is very powerful. And so no matter what surgeries may have happened, some women have had hysterectomies and different things like that, but their energetic body, their womb is still there. Everything is still intact. It's there. And so you are feeling, the transformation that's happening right now, and that's happening on the planet. So I'm looking forward to chatting with you guys tomorrow. I was doing the broadcast live at OrgonEnergySelfHealing.com, but it's a private study group, and we're getting deeper into a lot of the things that are going on, and privacy is required. So it's only going to be available on a conference call, and of course I will know everybody that's on the conference call because it'll show me the number, and so it'll make everybody feel more comfortable, and that's what it's for. I just kind of wanted to show people what the Master Vibration Study Group was about. But yes, we're at the point now that it's time to get to work, and I'm looking forward to the transformation of everybody that's in the group, because it is about working with yourself. This is about using the science that exists, the natural and divine law, all of these things, to have this knowledge, to learn about symbolism, to know about crystals and stones, to know about the effectiveness of metals and different alchemy and different formulas that are natural to your healing. It's a very powerful thing. And everyone in the group is doing it in one capacity or another. Hola, Harmony. So I did want to ask you guys, how are you guys feeling with this? Like, is it different for you? Are you feeling this energy of this moon? Like, does it feel like new beginnings are happening? Like, what are you experiencing in this time right now? I want to know. And for those of you that are watching this later, go ahead and tell me, because I want to know. I'll definitely respond. I'm in a space right now where it's like, I'm practicing patience. I am saying goodbye to the old, and I am making space for all of the new. And it could be challenging because it comes with a lot of anxiety of not knowing what change is like. Like, that's why nobody be liking change. Don't know who likes change. Who like change? Y'all like change? I have learned that change is a necessary process of evolution, and I must do it. But shit, I don't. It's tough. A constant change, and my life has been changing dramatically every year for the past 6 years. Every year and a half, I'm somewhere else. Things just shift and change. And it's just been really interesting having to adapt and, really it shows what a person is made of when you have to adapt to new surroundings, different circumstances. When you are moving forward in what it is that you want to do, you're going to be presented with that all the time, because Most High is going to see how much you really want what it is that you're wanting to do. I just want y'all to know, okay, I'm wearing, this is a Melt Triple Four crown by Michael Melchizedek Moore. And it's a beautiful crown, and I love this crown. But what people must know is that it is a tool. So as I'm wearing it and wearing the hat now, it's bringing a lot of heat to my head, and it's like, making it do a little bit more of what it does. And so it's just really interesting feeling the effects of these things. He also sent these are shungite beehives. And when you have these healing energies around you, you start experiencing different things. You start to feel good. You start to get information on, you know, where you want to go in terms of what you're feeling. Because it's all about what you're feeling, ladies and gentlemen. It is always about what you're feeling. You go where you feel. And sometimes you go to a place where it doesn't feel so good, but the comfort of the pain makes it comfortable to be there. So we're like, well, it don't really feel good, but I know what it is. I'm used to that shit. You know what I mean? It's comfortable. And so we don't, being uncomfortable is a requirement for evolution. Hola, Ariana. So I am looking forward to tomorrow's um, conference call, tomorrow's healing session. And I see that y'all don't be wanting to share Jack with me. Y'all just be, I know it's entertaining, somebody to watch, something to do. But participation is good as well. So y'all don't feel nothing. None of y'all felt nothing. Y'all are cool. Like, this super moon has not affected you in any way at all whatsoever. Like, you're not feeling. I have had people that have felt bounce of emotion that is just like, what is this? Why am I feeling this way? It's intense energy that's going around, especially when you're moving away from the matrix, when you're moving away from all of the programs and everything that exists out there, because it gets to a point where you gotta move away from it or it's gonna make you sicker. But we're not gonna talk about that. Okay. I did. I just shared. Oh, I'm so sorry. So sorry. Okay. Mubina says, I'm feeling a lot of change, personal change, releasing old patterns and old behaviors. I dreamt a few days ago that I was throwing a bag of trash from the boot of my car. I looked it up and the interpretation was that I was getting rid of old behaviors, etc. Yes, it is challenging. However, I feel I am moving in the right direction for the evolvement of my soul. That is wonderful. That is fantastic. And that's really where you want to be. It's like I was talking to my daughter today just about how if you don't choose what it is that you want to do with your life, it's going to get chosen for you by the patterns that you've existed in and the things that you refuse to change because of that comfort in being, in a place that you can repeat, you can rely on. But when you're ready to go on your own and really start taking accountability for your life and making those changes, you really do you go on a different path. And so these challenges are easier to deal with because you've gone through enough of them that you know that every time that you come out of it, you are in a better direction. You come out, in a better place. And it really always is like that. It's just a matter of being able to do that. And Jay says, letting go, agree, hypersensitive. Yes, letting go is the most important thing that we all have to do. And it doesn't matter who it is that you're looking to let go. If it is not serving you, if it's not benefiting you, then you must release it. There's a lot of tension, and I talk about this all the time. There's a lot of tension that's put upon people during this time of year, where people feel the obligations to family and they feel obligated to subjecting themselves to ignorance because, it's family. It's like, oh, well, they're the family. I myself say, fuck that shit. No, not doing it. Not this year, not last year, not never year. I'm not going to compromise who I am. I am not going to subject myself to your ignorance and to your hypocrisy and to, whatever it is that you do just because we are blood related. I think that is the most insane thing anyone could ever do, but that is just my perception, of course. The thing about it is that people always know, like, you can't go to one of these gatherings and not feel the energy that's around. You don't even have to be a super empathic being to feel it. Everybody feels energy. It is a natural thing for us to do. So when you go somewhere, you are going to feel the energy of that room, of that group. It's almost as if you can see somebody speaking to you and they're not even saying a word. So it doesn't make any sense to go around, trying to wear that mask because it's not going to stay on. You ain't going to be able to wear it for a long time. And people just be trying to suck it up and be like, oh, well, maybe if I have this drink right here, I'll be able to tolerate this bullshit. It's like, why put yourself through that? Why do you want to do that? But that ain't none of my business. You do whatever you want with your time. Shoot. Hola, Ja. Hola. I'm gonna be wearing these beehives and listening to my ancestors. And my daughter was talking about, because we were talking about this moon energy, and people get really caught up in the rituals, and they do a ritual for one day, and it's like that's it. But when it comes to using natural law and the sciences and all of these formulas, the one thing that's really consistent is discipline and focus and consistency. You have to be consistent in the things that you're wanting to manifest. Without that, it won't happen. Without it, you can use the supermoon energy and then be like, okay, all of the ritual stuff got put away. I did my thing. I burned my paper. I did whatever I did, and then forget about it. And yeah, you're gonna still get success, but it'll still be limited success. When you're wanting to manifest something and you're wanting to use the natural elements of life to help you progress in that, you are a great part of the whole process. So how you operate, that is how the energy outside of you, it emits that frequency. So if you're forgetting about it, then you're not going to be able to get the residual of what it is that you're wanting to put out. So it has to be a constant action that you're doing in support of what it is that you want to manifest. When it comes to, self-love and loving yourself, you don't just love yourself one day a week or in the morning, in the afternoon. You know what I mean? It's like you have to practice that every day, all day. And it does require practice, and it requires, your attention to those things that you're wanting to change. And it's very time consuming, But when you're doing it, it doesn't feel time consuming because you're so caught into your healing, and you're so drawn into, this newfound knowledge of making yourself, you know, giving yourself the life that you want, basically. So it starts to inspire you, and you know exactly what you have to do. Okay, how did you, Jay says, how did I know? How did I know what? Because they started talking. I didn't hear what you said. All right. Daryl says, just a lot of closure recently and seeing a lot of ideas I've had come to manifest themselves. I've been resisting change, but I understand how necessary it is to move forward. It is so necessary. And and sometimes you get pushed, you're going to get pushed to the point where you got to make the call and you got to take that jump, like everyone is. And it's not I don't think that it's ever been comfortable for anyone, but it's like once you take that leap and you've done it, you get a feeling that is it's really indescribable. It's like, you took a chance on yourself, and you're good, you're still alive, you're still here. You know what I mean? So it's like it starts to build you up, and you start to recognize how infinite you are of a being. People have this expectation of having an intention and having a desire, and wishing upon a star or wishing upon a supermoon, and being like, all right, Ache, and so it is. So tomorrow it'll be there, without putting in the work. Nobody gets anything without putting in the work. People that get things without putting in the work get the results and the residual of not putting in the work. It may look like something, because see, a lot of people think that because a person has so and so and such, that they've earned it. They attribute this feeling to material wealth, and it has nothing to do with, what, I'm not going to say that it has nothing to do with material wealth, but the wealth that you have within yourself, knowing that you're an infinite being and knowing that you are an infinionaire, that attracts the physical wealth. Because when you recognize who you are, you have you can't help but to attract magnificent and wonderful things in your life. Now what those magnificent and wonderful things are, that is all based upon you and what you feel is magnificent and wonderful. But for everybody, it's not fancy cars and diamond rings and bags and shoes and all that shit. It's not that for many people, but people have a warped sense of what those things are. And so you have people that are wanting to manifest based on only the root chakra, you know. So these are the things that we talk about in the study group. I appreciate, Jay says you totally explained where I am and my week. It's, man, it's like that for so many people, Jay, and it's like, and that's why I think it's so important that we connect with each other and we express some of the things that we're feeling, because some people seem to think that just because they read something in a book and they're able to, in their mind be like, all right, I know what that is, that they have the logic of it, that they're emotionally prepared to go through it. And it's not always like that. I am a direct example of that. It's like when I go through stuff, I have to feel it in order for me to decipher what it is and know how to move forward. So I'm always in what things feel like. So I'm not above feeling a kick in the gut. I'm not above feeling emotional pain and feeling like I want to cry and all of these things. I'm not above none of that. I just, when it comes, I know how to redirect it, and sometimes it's easier than others, because every time that you meet a challenge, something else is going to happen, so to test you again on what you learned in that last one that you went through. Because people don't want to take accountability of the fact that we're here to learn. People don't really necessarily see it that way, but when you start looking at the things that happen in your life, you realize that every single thing is a challenge, and you learn from those challenges or you stay stuck. That's pretty much what it is. So Jay, I say to you, those feelings, like what I do when I start feeling, like my vibration is going low, I consciously do things that are gonna bring my vibration high. And what I've been doing lately, those of you that know me, you know what I'm in the midst of manifesting. So my whole visualization process has been, I think about what I'm doing at the center. I think about what I'm building. I think about, how the people are going to heal through this knowledge and this energy and these tools that are being created by these wonderful and fantastic masters and scientists from all over the world. I think about, some of the colors that I'm going to have in some of the rooms. I'm thinking about the construction and the design. I'm thinking about the thousands and thousands of people that it's going to support. And, I'm constantly thinking about those things. Like it's not the how, like the things that I can't think about. It's like I'm not even concerned about it. I already know that what has already been put out there, everything is being manifested in divine order, and I trust that. So when these times start to become challenging, it's about remembering that and putting myself in a space where I can remember, and so that I can be totally enveloped and focused in that energy. Because no matter what, I mean, there is no magic button for you to feel good. There is no pill. There is no drug. There is no, it's all within yourself. You got to find it. You got to know how to direct your vessel so that you know how to navigate in this plane. Because things are coming at you. Things that you do not see are constantly coming at you, and it's affecting your brain. It's affecting your mind. And you are doing things to yourself that nobody else could even do, because you're doing it to yourself by the thoughts that you're keeping, by the way that you're acting, by the way that you're vibrating. That's the game. Like, that's what it is. And if you don't take a hold of it yourself, someone outside of you is going to take a hold of it, and they're going to dictate what your life is, like they have been doing to so many. Hola, Joe, and you're welcome. Hola, Fiery. So, every day is indeed a challenge, and it really is about staying in the moment. One of the biggest challenges that a lot of people have is going into the future. And I had that issue for a long time. It's like I was constantly in the future. I wasn't able to, produce anything in my now, because I was over there all the time. So I was creating things that were just always in the future and not experiencing the benefits of what being in the now really was. And so being in the now, you're able to create absolutely anything. And when you focus on the now moment, you're like, it's really taking it down to the basics. I'm breathing. I have sight. I can move, I can speak. I have a roof over my head, wherever that is. I have a place to be, you know. And so it begins from there. And in that moment, you recognize that you have absolutely everything that you need to exist in that moment. And so that moment takes you to other moments. When you put yourself in a vibration of gratitude where you're feeling like, all right, I'm good, then you can create from there. Then you can start imagining what you want, what you desire from this moment. What do you want to create with this goodness? And that's how magic happens. That's how these things happen. There's so many people that are constantly speaking word spells to themselves of negativity and negative actions, and being around other people that are supporting that low vibration, that they're never going to be able to get out of that. And there's nobody that can get them out of that but themselves. So I'm gonna get out of here because it's telling me that my connection is weak and that my battery is going low and it's going to turn off. So y'all know where to find me. I want to say ache and thank you to my daughter, Michaela Lovely, who has created these very warm pieces for me that I love and appreciate and adore so much. Master Vibration Study Group at OrgonEnergySelfHealing.com. I'll see you guys there tomorrow. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Jay says the connection is great. Jay, are you going to be on the call tomorrow? It's totally private. We're going to be talking about this and more. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. Alset says, I'm ready to travel the world getting my affairs in orders. Ache, Sister Empress. Ache, Alset, I'll be meeting you around the world. That's for sure. Hasta la próxima. Adios. H13.